Welcome to the Lioking realm, the realm that a lot of our, what do you call them? Oh yeah, the people who join our videos, this is where we all meet up. 4,815 days. That is a lot of time. And I spent like just about 10 total real life days, December to now, end of June, June 28th. And yeah, just so much time I've put into it. Like, I care about this realm so much that I've made a lot of interesting things I'd like to show you because Season 2 is coming soon. The realm owner was duping. He was caught duping. I exposed him in stories about some clear evidence of duplication. So, this is why we're making a Season 2 for this realm. And I might make some content on it, actually. There's a chance. So let's just take a look at spawn. And this wasn't long ago. Unfortunately, I built a house right there he for some reason had to destroy. There's this guy who was like 15,000 blocks away. And for some reason he blew all this up because he thought that person cared about this. Although there was really nothing here except something I built. So very strange. I'm not sure why they did that. And this used to be like a mob farm thing. Like, all of this has been here for a while. This realm started in like August or September of 2024. This used to be someone's base right here. This is all old, but I'm pretty sure the realm owner, Lioking, blew it up. Let's go to the nether and go to my very first base of the realm. Alright, so now we are going to my first base. This was an attempt to bring a bunch of dogs to someone's base to jump them with. I never did that, but I did jump the person, that being Lioking. And this base is actually one of the reasons for the war that started that I will talk about here. And like there's quite a lot about the war that I'll be talking about because this was a huge deal in the realm. Like, people died in this. It was just no normal. This was a no normal war. I'm that guy who can really get a realm to be flexible and do stuff. Anyway, this is my first mob farm, and this was actually a cave before I turned it into this beautiful, luxurious base. I'm just gonna show you the entrance. So, like, I was using before I found this broken XP method that this data pack has that no one really knew about. I used quartz as my XP source. So I'd mine a lot of quartz, and that's why I see a lot of quartz in that base. I still have a lot. I'm even trying to build a quartz mansion right now, just to get rid of all the quartz. I don't know if I'm finishing that, though. But yeah, there's a stronghold right there. This is where I'd usually get all my mobs. This is where all the magic would happen. And it was a fun... Sorry, I can't see. Oh gosh. Alright. It's a fun place. And I like it because of its just giving me stuff. So yeah, it's cool that the stronghold's right there. I actually knew there was a village above it, so of course there's a chance, and it was far out. But I also just found it in a mine shaft. That's not what I find every day. I don't think I've ever found a naturally exposed stronghold in a cave. And that might just be the first right there. Anyways, this is where my villagers used to be. They used to be all lined up. And then in here, I hid him from Lioking when he found my base. Because, see, he found my base because he wanted to become the strongest person on the server, which was, like, ridiculous. He stole stuff even though we were teammates. And got in a fight. Nobody won. I declared war. I'll talk about that later. Yeah, villagers to be here when Lioking found out. I had to hide him right here, but he found him anyways. So I put him very, very deep into that wall, and he couldn't find him. Or, well, I'll talk about it later. There's some custom stuff in here. Like, this is just custom armor and weapons that are here. But really, though, nothing much has changed. I'm still in netherite, with netherite tools, just with this sword that does a lot of damage. Anyways, and this was my ridiculous storage. I could have kept this stuff if I wanted to, but nah, it just doesn't quite look right to keep. It just isn't really good. Yeah, this stuff's from Chambers. It's strange how they're dropping this recently. But yeah, and yeah, there's also this chest, more trial chamber stuff. Sorry about that. And yeah, this is kind of this room. There used to be a farm right here until I decided to just make it into a nice looking room and then make that. And here's some of the farming stuff we had. And I should probably talk about the broken XP method on the server I figured out. In here, there used to be a magma block or fire right there. And there's this armor set in the game where if you take damage, it drops XP. Like some pretty decent XP. Not like mob XP, but it's also not animal XP, so it's really not that bad. And so if you're standing on a magma block, it's just like so many times you're getting hit, so it's just dropping so much XP. And that's how I make all my spares. This is where I used to do it in this base, and this is where I figured it out. Enchant table used to be right here. There used to be a thing where if you put a wind charge there, you could go down there. We're not going to get there yet. This is what me and Fireball built. And around the time we were digging right here, I decided to keep my base secret from all the realm. I just said I moved and I blew this up. So no one came until Lioking wanted to become the strongest player. And then he decided to find my base. He stole from it. Yeah, he stole a heavy core. He stole some pretty good stuff, even though we were teammates. Which is kind of why I declared war on him, because, like, he was just, like, anyone knows this. Like, that is a really bad sign. Your teammate's stealing heavy cores from you. You can't let him keep doing that. You really gotta stand up to you gotta rise to the occasion. And that's exactly what I did. I'll talk more about that later. And they stole a lot of sugarcane from here. Fireball, for some reason, stole a lot. He stole like thousands just because I said I had no villagers. And, I got to keep my villagers safe, guys. Like, I can't risk them leaving, getting killed. Like, they're my villagers. I can decide what I want to do with them. Fireball was supporting Lioking, so I didn't have to support him. He said, "Do you have villagers?" And I said, "No, we moved out." And then he found out I had villagers for some reason. Stole hours of sugar cane. Stole a maxed out fishing rod, which, by the way, I stole back without him noticing. So, we have hoppers that used to go into chests that would hang out, which would go into hoppers, go into chests, all the way down. We had so many hoppers and chests. This is what it would look like. I kind of just kept some of these chests here because they had some stuff. But yeah, there's a lot of strange stuff in these chests that aren't a very big deal. That I didn't need, but of course could come back to. This was all the stuff I got back in the day. This is one of the ways I found Lioking was here. You just put this in one of my chests. But yeah, this was a fun base until Lioking found out. The war happened, and I just had to move out because people were going to start blowing things up here. I was having to put everything in my ender chest for once. This really wasn't a good place to be in the war. Everyone knew where I was, and I didn't have much backup at the time. So, this is where we go to the secret tunnels. Where my dogs used to be here. I used to have a little dog thing here. I don't know what people did here. And up here was where my villagers were. They used to be all in this space. They came out from here, from that other room I was talking about. Like, I just had to hide these villagers because at the time I could use these guys as an advantage against them because they just didn't really have these kind of villagers. They didn't have the villagers I had. So if I could hide them, they wouldn't really get the trades and I could get armor better than they would. But yeah, and this, by the way, is a tunnel that I put the villagers in, there was a huge minecart thing. I had a lot of iron, gold, and redstone, was willing to put all of that into a big minecart system. That would save my villagers. They all went in there, and I'm going to show you the very next base on the realm where I camped out quite a bit of the war. And me and Snaily also did it. And this is actually at the time we started the channel. Or, not really, but you'll see what I mean when I get there. So I'm happy to talk about this next base. So this minecart thing was a few hundred blocks long, so you could imagine it was quite long. And like it went through a cave that made it like the tunnel exposed almost. You could see like the things around it. But for some reason I don't think Lioking found that. And he still doesn't know where this base is, which is really, that's a success for this base, I must tell you. Me and Snaily were like the only team that was going against Lioking during the war. And this is all new, all these villagers, but we were stuck with this, like from here to a wall that used to be here. This was it. This was everything we had. And we had villagers in here, so it was very tight. But we had this as our infinite XP source. We put a magma down. I should probably show you what it is in here. So yeah, this is the ultimate enchanting room right here. The best enchant room of the realm. This is the real deal right here, guys. This is how I get my XP. And I should probably just demonstrate it so that you guys can really see what it is. See, I'm taking damage. I'm at level 40. And I'm still going up quite a bit. I got a lot of spares from here. As you can tell, these aren't all my spares, but these are some spares. Anyways, so but yeah, there was a lot of good stuff here that I would get. And now let's take a closer look at this base. So there's really not much to see here. We got the big villager room. We got good villagers. This is my old Thorns villager. The new Thorns villager does have 8 for Thorns, which is really good. 11 for Sharp 4. I don't really use that guy much. I could just get it from table. 3 for Fire Aspect. That's another good one. Alright, yeah. Oh yeah, here he is. This is crazy. Thorns and Mending. But our Mending villager is 5 for Mending, so there's just no point of using that. Anyways, so yeah, believe it or not, it's actually just kind of it here. That other room over there was where I'd zombify him. Golem spawned. These guys are pretty famous around here. We got Justin Timberlake. We got the whole gang here. And there's an exit right there to go in the ocean, because this is where we landed. And when I was back at that little mini library over there, that's where the tracks would lead to this base. But I covered it up because I knew Lioking could be cheating using spectator mode. Super unacceptable. He could have been, and I just had to block it off. Like I couldn't really let him have a chance of finding it. That's why I didn't show the tunnels. Anyways, so on to the next base. So during the war, this is one of the bases I built that would give me a lot of netherite in the future and would be one of the best bases I've ever built. It was just such a helpful, resourceful way to get everything I needed. We had sheep here for something, and it is in a mountain dome, which is also really nice. There's a village, outpost, a lot of good stuff. This used to be Snaily's old base, but some fireball for some reason blew it up. Like right when the war ended, he decided it was a good idea to just piss him off. Very strange activity by some of our realm members. This is our sugarcane farm, which is pretty good. Wait, sorry. Yeah, pretty good. This is like so after that very small tight base, we hung there for a while, took a bit of a break from the realm, and I came after a little trip, I think. I came back like locked in, ready to do more stuff on the realm. I wasn't the one worried about Lioking. He was trying to kill me though, but I was more worried about me trying to kill him. So I built this base to celebrate. We have some pretty good stuff in here. And this is a shulker I didn't need. But yeah, we have this is that same XP thing. This base was like I literally had to show Lioking in the end what this base actually where it was because the realm's ending, so it really doesn't matter. You can show people all of your private stuff. You don't have to worry about it. It's not like we're gonna be here for a while because there's a new season coming soon. Anyways, so yeah, this was like my best. I had a lot of fun here with Snaily. We spent a lot of time together here, and yeah, really added to this base. We have this up here. I tried to make a trap that required a lot of signs and crafting tables, and that's some of the leftovers. But unfortunately, Fireball accidentally noticed, and then like an hour and a half of work went down the drain. But yeah, nice base, I must admit. Anyways, back to what I was talking about, the war. The war was actually so me and Snaily both killed Lioking. We jumped him in one of his bases, and yeah, that was that was fun to do. That was fun to actually be able to jump him like that. Not often, not often I get to do that. Felt really good to get the loot and everything. We almost felt like we had won the war. Lioking said he wasn't done, and this is where he moved in. Blew up his other base because Fireball turned against us. He said he just had to help his other people. He kind of cared for them more than us, so like it wasn't a big deal. So, uh, oh my gosh, this is absurd. Who would do this? Oh my gosh. Alright, well yeah, there's some pretty, like, the people who know about this base is like Fireball, Lioking, Bird, other people. You would have to be like the dumbest person in the world to find a reason to mess with this base. Pretty annoying. Oh my gosh. Alright, well, someone's getting killed next season. Anyways, so yeah, this was our turtle farm. This was a way better looking base, I must tell you. This is where we did turtle time. So you guys have probably already seen it, which is nice. All the turtles would be here. Big mosh pit right here. The good times. It was really fun. We just didn't worry about Lioking at the time. Luckily, I hid all my stuff somewhere there that was valuable here, so no one could find it. And I'm pretty happy I did that. All that stuff came to good use later. And I must show you my third and final base. Or, well, I'm just not counting the first base right now. Anyways, it's an end base. No one goes to the end. I haven't been to the end since I died there because of just weird end glitches going through gateways, spawning you back, you going through the thing, and complicated stuff that isn't very cool by Mojang to do. But yeah, so in here, we'll just go down here. So Lioking, when I was showing him the base, he for some reason respawned the Ender Dragon, so this entire thing got rebuilt. Ladder gone, I got stuck in the obsidian, had to dig out, was very confused, almost thought this base didn't even existed. But yeah, this is an alright base. It had a lot of stuff here that I used for something. There's our XP thing, under chest, you know the rest. So it's kind of just a small, normal little base. But yeah, and it was fun, by the way, to be at because it was so safe. No one would be here. No one would ever see it. All right, I forgot about something. Let me show you my Enderman farm, which was a design. I was really excited about Naked and Afraid Season 2. Wanted to celebrate that by building that Enderman farm they used, which was the first time I ever really saw this farm. I think Recrat built it. He wasn't the creator of it, but he built it in Naked and Afraid. This is the farm where it's pretty manual and everything. You just look at the Endermen. They're going to spawn on that platform You just gotta look into their eyes, and then you get some good bars of XP and pearls. This farm worked pretty well, I must tell you. It wasn't better than the XP source I use, which, I mean, it's gonna be hard to beat that other XP source. Next season, I don't think the custom war thing is here, so I gotta find another good way to get XP eventually, where all of our pearls go. It's actually getting quite full. Anyways, so this basically wraps up all of my stuff on the realm, and yeah, quite a lot of bases since the war. The war was a very interesting one. Lioking and Fireball eventually killed both me and Snaily, so it kind of became even in the end, and yeah, war ended. But these guys, like these realm members, they are definitely some of the stupidest, but some of the best people I've met. And yeah, and I mean, when you see destruction by other players, you kind of like you're angry, but at the same time, that's also just Minecraft multiplayer, I guess you could say. And yeah, I'm gonna show you some photos, by the way, of some of these things, because the photos do show some of the times on the realm. I'm gonna go through all of them. Let me just go all the way back to the first days of the realm for me. This was lifeboat survival, and this is the realm. My first few days on the realm during Christmas. This is what that base used to look like. This is where the enchantment table was. Farm was back here. This was it. And I had just that much stuff. And then in like a week or something, I made it into this. The villagers lived here. There was a lot of good stuff that I had made. And and yeah, when we did when we did the end, that same portal glitch that eventually killed me one time. This is what it almost resulted in, almost to death. I block clutched against the wall because my elytra. I didn't have rockets at the time. I had just came back from looting cities, and yeah, almost died. So thank goodness I found that pillar to do something against. Minecraft is a buggy game. A lot of those bugs have resulted in my death. And yeah, I was there for 2025. This was like a while ago. That's nothing to see. This was just another shot of my base when I did some more renovations. A lot of the stuff was for storage. This is when I found that broken XP method. I used spiders for it. Cool village in the realm. This is fake. I died and then got a new armor set, which would give resistance. And then I was selling it because I had already like wanted to go back to the other armor set. Then I died again, thanks to the portal thing, the gateway glitches. And yeah, I was exposing Lioking in some event. That wasn't fair. By the way, he still hasn't paid for that. I still want to kill him. Like, even if I'm allied, I still want to kill him so badly. And yeah, there's some boat racing times I got in the way when I built the storage. When, let's see, I found this. They probably already found it. This was like 10,000 blocks away. And this is now close to where they live. At the time, it wasn't. I got my first ever heavy core after like 12 chambers. I got the mace and found this. This was Stronghold. Took a picture in a wreck wrap skin. I'm not quite sure what that was. Let's go down. Found this. This actually wasn't here before. It used to just be a big lava lake, and then in like some update, this just all of a sudden came down from nowhere. And like there was just nothing else to the chamber. It was just that. Some weird chunk air, I'm gonna guess. And yeah, here's me and Snaily were getting ready for the war. This is what we were doing. Got the trims on, looked awesome. We're ready to kill Lioking. This is a banning axe. If you kill someone with it, you ban them for a week. Fireball died in the chamber, so I got to hold it for a second, but I was too good friends with him. I kind of wish I stole that, because he did kind of betray me in the end, so... Yeah, this is a cool room I found in the chamber I've never seen before. 3 big heavy cores. It's pretty stacked. This is one of their bases where I killed them. I killed them in here with the villagers. I blew all this up. So yeah, it was not much of it left. The villagers miraculously still survived. This is me taking a picture of the renovated base when we killed Lioking. Yeah, you can imagine how happy we were. And then big jump to that new base when I got a new mace because my first mace I lost in the void and decided it was just time to make a new one. And yeah, here's our channel banner. And I found this near one of my bases when I was making turtle things. The turtle farm, absolutely beautiful. This is during the video, or yeah, I think it was. And this is just a photo of me with some cool armor. Me blowing up their base because this is an end crystal trap for some reason they put up. Long story. And yeah, see right here, this is when I had some armor sets. I just decided to show them off. The set Lioking died in, which is very strangely not strong at all. And some other nice looking sets, as you can tell. These were some good days of the realm. Met some OGs who I did stuff with later on. Went back to the end cities, places. Man, these were good. Justin Timberlake doing that, which I've never seen before in my life. And this is just outside of that base. We had a little happy gas thing. It wasn't very big. This was when Vibrant Visuals came out. Decided to really see how things look. And yeah, this is from the Survival World. This, yeah, those are kind of it. Sorry. And this is a nice photo of Happy Gas Time. This is when Lioking, we first showed him our base. But yeah, the realm has been so nice to me. It's been such a good use of my time because I've got to actually fight people in a multiplayer world, get to fight my friends. So yeah, thanks to the realm members for inviting me like a while ago. And yeah, I will see you guys in season 2. There's a chance I might post one more of these because there's going to be a big event where we fight winner. I forgot what they get. I'm not really listening. Anyways, I will see you soon.